Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. Welcome to our new episode, Unai Emery's press conference. We're going to be reacting to what he's been speaking about, and we're just going to have a little look back, reflect on our fantastic performance in Europe. It was just class, weren't it? Absolutely fantastic. Loved it. So proud of the team to see how they're adapting and how they're growing, and you can really start to see this mentality monster team starting to crank up the gears. You can just see it, can't you? You can really see that how we were last season. And we were fantastic last season. We were very good. Our game management was fantastic last season. You could start to see a style being built. But this season, it's just gone up another level. Like the way the system is, the way we play tactically, players have improved. We are dominating games. We are commanding games at our pace, at our tempo. We are managing games. We've developed our counter-attacking, explosive nature. And long-standing viewers will know that I had that bugbear in my last season. West Ham away, when we were in the game and we just needed that explosive power. And we cried out for it, and we got it. That has been addressed. And when teams start seasons and they start playing games and they get on a bit of a run and you get to your 10-game period and you have a look at where you are, the little click in your mind of where you are and what you are, if you start getting that confidence and you start getting on that roll, then the world is your oyster. You can go as far as you want to go with hard work, commitment, dedication, and just to be ambitious and demanding. And at the forefront of that is our manager, Unai Emery, who is setting those standards and those benchmarks of what we have to be. You saw it when Leicester won the Premier League, and I'm not saying we are going to win the Premier League, but what I'm saying is when you are in a season and things are going well, the momentum just keeps you going to that next objective. And our next objective is beating Luton Town on Sunday at Villa Park. And if we tick that one off, we then move on to that next one. But confidence is sky high. There's players, their performances are just going up levels. I have to say that I thought Leon Bailey was absolutely fantastic against Alkmaar. Not for his goal, not for his assist, for his off-the-ball contribution to the team. I'm not a football fan that will just look at a performance and be blindsided by the fact that they might have scored a goal, they might have got an assist. It's everything else. It has to be a well-rounded performance. And I think we could all see that Leon Bailey off the ball against Alkmaar was absolutely fantastic. And his game tactically on that performance and what I've seen so far this season has been really, really good. So that is fantastic. Tielemans, I had no doubts that Tielemans would come good in a Villa shirt. I had no doubt that there would be performances. We heard Emery last night talking about that he's still not quite there with where he wants to be. That's our manager. That's how demanding he is. And he will get there with time, just like some of the other players that play for Villa. So it was a great night. Some of you are asking why we're second and not top. UEFA have a weird way of going about things, and it goes down to head-to-head records. So we lost to Legia. So that is why we are second and not top. So Zaniolo is I think he's in Italy today, in the court, finding out what's going on with whatever's been going on. So Romano has tweeted that he's there today. So hopefully we get the all clear with him. But Emery has done his press conference. We'll go through some of the quotes, and then I've picked out some bits that I was very interested in. So we'll go from there. So he's been talking about Europe and the difference between Europe and the Premier League. So he said we have to face each match and each competition, trying to separate it because they are different. In the Premier League, over 38 matches, you have to be very, very consistent. And on Sunday, Luton are coming here to win because they need the points. So, that mentality shift, it's going to be needed. Like I keep saying on the channel, every single game has its own certain permutation and what that game can mean and different styles. So we know it's going to be a difficult game. He's also said about the 11-game winning streak. I think it's increasing the challenge for the opponent because they are coming here thinking it's difficult to win. It is a great challenge coming here, trying to break it. So this is all part of what I was kind of talking about earlier. That when you face a team in the Premier League, such as Man City, so you're playing Man City, before you even step foot on that pitch, you know that it is going to be very, very difficult indeed. Look back to the old Fergie years. You were literally beat in the tunnel. You were beat in the tunnel before you even stepped out at Old Trafford. Now, if you can have those little subtle advantages in your armoury that you can give to the opposition, like even if you have to bring your complete A game at the minute to beat Villa at Villa Park, probably to even get anywhere near it, because when teams do play well, we then find a way to win anyway. And that's the makeup of a great team. So the challenge for Luton already to get points in the Premier League is very, very difficult. To then come and get points against an Aston Villa team who are literally scoring goals for fun is just going to be even more difficult. Teams will want to play their natural game. And I think you can see certain teams in the Premier League, they play the same every single week. West Ham play the same every single week. It doesn't matter who they play the same every week. Everton play the same every week. Whereas there's certain teams that, the good teams, that can adjust and change the way that they play. Do I think Luton can do that? No, I don't. I don't think they can. So the fact that I don't think they're going to have a big enough game plan to get anywhere near us, to beat us anyway, just adds to that difficulty of the game anyway. Like, we are, and I know we talk about Emery quite a lot as being this absolute genius, but that's because he is. So, for example, I've got written down here how Unai, from his press conference, has been speaking about how he goes about this game. So he's mentioned that we have to respect Luton a lot. We have to analyse. And then he also spoke about how we have to impose ourselves and how we have to find Luton's weaknesses, which then offensively can change the way that we look and go about this game. So our manager is constantly looking for weakness in the opposition, which it might not be a weakness what West Ham had, but we will find Luton's weakness and we will exploit their weakness. So we don't play the same every week. We look at that individual team, where are their weaknesses, we will exploit it. And it's just absolutely fantastic. So some more quotes then we have got. So he spoke about the 11-game run. The atmosphere, said, I want to build here a family. I want to get feelings with our supporters and try to take our heart strongly, defending the Aston Villa shirt and history as well as the present. That is the emotion I want to create and share with our supporters. Then be very demanding and ambitious. And ever since he's come in, he's just always spoke about the fans, the atmosphere, being demanding. And that's like what I was talking about Old Trafford back in the day, just that vibe. And yeah, just the crowd, the noise, intimidation just gets the players going. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic. We've also got on Luton. He said that Luton have very strong structure as a team. They are excited because they got promoted last year from the Championship and they are very motivated. That is the team I am waiting for on Sunday. They are going to fight strong for 90 minutes and we have to try and impose and respect them. Then play our game with our supporters at home. So he's talking about the challenge, how difficult it's going to be. We all know that it's going to be a difficult game. Whether you think we're going to beat them 3-4-5-0 or whatever, a level of respect has to go on them. A level of respect has to go on every team. And this Villa team have had certain wake-up calls over Unai's time at Villa. You know, we had the Stevenage, we had the Everton in the Cup, we've had the 3 games last season where we lost and we had to reassess and reevaluate where we are. But if you listen to Emery, he's not going to allow these players to sort of go into this game thinking it's won before we've even kicked a ball. I have no doubts in my mind that we are going to be well up for this game. That gone are the days of Villa just rocking out Villa Park thinking it's only Luton, we're going to smash Luton. Our manager won't allow that. He doesn't allow that when he's talking. He's a very respectful person in the first place. So, you know, he's going to respect them and he's just going to make the players aware. And you can see, can't you? We go into every game to win every game. And that mentality that we now have is what's just going to keep driving us forward. We have injuries, don't matter, does not matter. Full focus on the next game. So he spoke about improving our capacity to play our game, to play strongly tactically, and he wants to get the best out of every single Aston Villa player. We've got no relevant injuries. He spoke about Ramsey and Moreno still out, and that it's a rest day for the Villa players today. So he's got to have a look at them tomorrow when they are back in training. It's going to be difficult. We have to fight and we have to just keep climbing that table. So absolutely loving it. We've got our match preview, which is out now as well. So go back, check that out. Been very, very respectful to Luton. We're having a look at their style, how they play, their threats, the narrative around Luton, which I think some of you will probably be surprised at if you watch it. We have got our opposition preview, which is going to be out tomorrow morning. It's a really good one as well. I feel like those are getting better and better every single week now, just getting that understanding from opposition fans, which is fantastic. So next up, we are going to have on Sunday fan cams. So if you do want to get involved, come over. We've got a special guest coming as well. So we had Luis Miguel Echegaray last week. We've got another special guest coming on. So if you do want to come on straight after the games, it's there for you guys to come on, have your say. If you aren't subscribed to our channel, subscribe. It's free. Helps me out massively. So if you do regularly watch our videos and you aren't subscribed, you can actually help me by just subscribing for free. If you watch and you don't comment, then just sign up, make an account so you can comment and get involved. It goes off like a fan forum every single time. Like, this is the best time to be a Villa fan in absolute years. So just embrace it, get involved, enjoy it, just get on the roller coaster ride and just go with the flow because, you know, it's absolutely fantastic just talking about Aston Villa, and just my feel-good factor towards Villa at the minute is just through the roof. Like, I was just cutting someone's hair the other day in like Great Bar, and like I was in Great Bar and I was going to go home, and then I just thought, do you know what? Villa Park's just sucking me in. It's just telling me to go, and like I end up going there and I just spend money. I buy 2 like Villa three-quarter zip jackets, and I'm like, yeah, they're expensive, but I just don't care. Like, I just get this buzz now when I'm there. I'm just like, I'm absolutely loving it. So the fact that I just get that feeling to just want to be there and just, yeah, we're doing really, really well. And, you know, the buzz around the club watching us, and, you know, I was just watching us last night, and I'm just like, just there applauding and just in shock at just at some of the football that I'm seeing. And you know, when you're watching it, you miss certain things. And I was watching the highlights last night for that goal that we went long and Watkins just chested it down, and we played a through ball and Bailey's in and we've scored. And you're just like, what have I just watched? It's just like going boom, 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 and you're like, oh, football is just sensational. And then it's just panning to the crowd, and you've just got like Alkmaar fans watching like this, and they're just like they ain't lost like at home for like 20 odd games, and they're just being torn apart by Villa. And I was listening to one of their players, and he came out and said like that's the best team that he's ever played against. And you know, the difference between playing us was just remarkable at how we press them, and then how we've got the ball, and when we don't press, then we win the ball. And it just felt like this player was so impressed, and you were just like, what is going on? But let's get our head in the game. Tough game on Sunday. It's going to be difficult, and we've got to win. You know, if we win on Sunday before Man City play, we will be in the top four. So hopefully, going into that Manchester City derby, we should be in the top four, which just shows how well we are doing. And yeah, I've been reading all your comments, and they're just fantastic. Like the positivity, there's not a negative comment in there, which is brilliant. And it's just great reading all of your comments flooding in. I'm trying to reply to all of them, to acknowledge them, but you know, sometimes there's that many that it's quite difficult. So yeah, just cheers everybody. And next time you see me, well, it'll be tomorrow morning on the opposition preview, but I've already recorded that one. So yeah, next one I'll be doing will be on Sunday for the fan cams. And like I say, just come on, get involved, have your say. This channel is there for you guys to get involved with if you want. Do you know what I mean? That's why I do it. So, you know, for you guys to just get involved, every concept that we do, make sure you've done your score predictions. I'm coming for you at the top of the table. I am coming. I've dropped off a little bit, but I need to get back on track. So just, yeah, cheers, everybody. Up the Villa.